Which we're back to rescue you from the debates. Travis, take it away.
Nice.
Yeah. So as we kind of fade back in, there's an aerial view of the city, and we look at the Grand Tower looming in the distance, and there's kind of a quick title over the screen as we see 5th of Deus, 1242, the day it rained. And the camera pans down from the morning light to the party as you guys are approaching the Great Tower of Palor. Melissa is leading the way along with Nina, and you guys get to the gates, which are actually shut, and there's a good crowd kind of milling about outside, excitedly discussing the prospect of seeing the Archimandrite for the first time since he was
Born.
given his robes. Well, since he was found, he's only been Archimandrite for 3 years. But since they basically found the reincarnated leader of the church and sort of presented him to the people. Melissa walks you up to the guards looking all proud, kind of strutting forward, and pulls out a missive and hands it to one of them. Says, "We have urgent business from the Stavrofor." He kind of looks it over, sort of counts you out, and says, "Sir Durian?" And he kind of looks past Nina over at. I guess he would probably look at you, Durian. You've got the fanciest armor.
In the flesh, we have business.
Yes. You and your 3 bodyguards are permitted entrance. And he takes you over to a small guard door that they open up, and rather than the main gates, and they walk you through. You're in the gardens around the Grand Tower. Melissa again leads the way forward. Says, "Only special people are permitted entrance today." She smiles and nods yeah, that includes me.
Sorry, Melissa, did you hear anything interesting?
Oh, all kinds of stuff. A bunch of the counselors of Siena will be there, and it's some kind of important diplomatic thing. I don't know what it means, but we get to see Zane. In fact, I get to stand out here in the gardens. They're setting up, and she points forward, and they're setting up kind of a podium or a dais, kind of a stage in front of where the gates would be opened. She says, "I get to stand in the back here. I'll be able to see him as he walks up. It's so exciting."
Now, very quickly, I'm gonna look. Do they have the biggest sort of stepping stairs for the 9-year-old that's gonna be standing up on that?
I mean, there's they're putting some stairs, some temporary ones in the back of the stage, but they just have a floor that they're laying down now. So
Okay.
there isn't anything more than that set out yet. Yeah, so I think she leads you into the tower. She has to present her paper again at the door where there's a good number of guards. But yeah, they let you right in, past the reception desk, which is empty, and past the doors to the first floor temple to Palor, as well as a bunch of the other gods, and you can hear a service going on there. You can spot some of the stoles of the much higher up priests gathered about in there.
We have our weapons about us, right?
Yeah, it's got
Yes,
that
they
same
haven't
thing.
disarmed you.
Woohoo!
This is good to know.
I mean,
Okay,
obviously,
reasons.
I've got mine holstered because it was a little bit weird when I first was
You've
walking
got your
around with
sight
I
my
Right.
fucking hope
stand.
so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nina's just swinging it around.
Yeah,
I mean, I can
nothing
practice technically.
Yeah. Yeah, so she starts leading you guys up the long spiral staircase to get to the 3rd floor, the 3rd level of the tower. But yeah, you guys eventually get up, maybe a little winded from the climb. And she starts leading you over to the Stavrofor's office. So excuse me. It seems like Miriam's been very busy. She asked me to send for you right away, though. Whatever's happening with you guys? Must be important, huh? And she kind of like looks at your group.
I start humming. I start humming that Mulan tune. I'll make a man out of you.
I'm just like awkwardly clearing my throat, like.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
It's also like I'm gonna like go to Durian. I'm gonna make a woman out of you.
Oh dear.
What?
It's like trying to.
Dog start
I'm trying to whistle like it's the reverse because we're not turning Buck into a man. We're turning Buck back into a female.
Yeah, I think Melissa gives you a strange look and is
Be
like,
a woman.
I don't understand.
It's complicated.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, Melissa. Don't worry.
Well, I'm
I
sorry I
said my
won't be
very
able to see you
manly
guys out.
voice.
I've been asked to deliver some more messages, and she looks all proud as she like stops in front of the Stavrofor's office and says, "Well, here you go," and she like knocks on the door and then opens it. And immediately you guys are greeted by a strange scent. So there's kind of a bubbling in the air, and there's a smell like cucumbers mixed with something vaguely acidic. It sort of makes your eyes water just a little. And you see the Stavrofor behind her desk, like a handkerchief over her mouth and these weird like goggles on her eyes, and she motions, "Oh, come in. Thank you, dear." And she sort of waves Melissa off. She, Melissa gives you all a smile and heads back down the hallway. Come in. Maybe put some cloth over your mouths. Please get the door behind you.
I like cover my mouth, like.
Yeah, kind of pull up my shirt or something.
I just let my face be further soured.
Awesome.
Well, it should be done. It stewed overnight. We finally had a good full moon. And I should be able to bottle it here in a moment. It'll cool off very quickly. So, I assume you all heard the news?
No.
the youngin is getting his first audience, I hear.
Well, he's been presented to the people before, but yes, the Archimandrite makes very scant public appearances. You might be right. This might be the first since his presentation ceremony. Wow, 3 years flies by. She like takes the pot off of like a very small like contained fire that she had and puts it over into a cooling rack and starts fanning it. Yes, we're supposed to keep it under wraps until this afternoon, but I'm sure you may have guessed what's going on, Sir Durian.
I look at Durian really confused, like, what?
I look at Durian, and I'm just gonna look back at, I suppose, an alliance between Cien and Arianadish before Durian even says the thing.
Well, something like that. We're coming to an agreement. The refugee crisis has gotten, well, to a breaking point, and it seems like Cien is willing to help. Better late than never, I say.
So they're going to stop shoving refugees north into your border. That's good.
Well, we'll see what exactly the details they worked out. I wasn't in the meetings, but it sounds like whatever it is, it'll improve our situation. She like fans the stuff off and starts ladling it into several different files.
Stavrofor, if you forgive me for being blunt, but it was interesting grilling yesterday, so I'm short on my manners. But usually it's called tit for tat. So what's the tat?
I'm sorry. I thought everything went very well. You backed up the information that we had and confirmed a lot of our
A lot of skepticism in the room.
Oh, well, you know, some of the older priests are a bit stuffy. And she giggles, and she's like 60, mid-60s.
Yeah,
She like combs her steel gray curls away from her dark brown skin. She says, "Yes, no,
No, I'm more trying to get the inside information. What's CN get from you? They'll start playing ball with the refugees, help you out." Surely they're not doing this out of the kindness of their coffers.
Well, refugees, if put to good use, can be a boon to an economy. More workers. Of course, you have to have the infrastructure, and it sounds like the elves have at least been making preparations for some time. I'm sure the higher ups have worked something out. Like I said, I wasn't in the negotiations myself, but some type of treaty. I'm certain you're right, Sir Durian. If they didn't do it out of the kindness of their heart at first, they surely stand to gain something. And she kind of looks at you, narrows her eyes. Do you have concerns? You've been in Cien more recently than I have.
I shrug and I say, I don't know. People are going to get help. I guess that's all that matters.
Yes.
They weren't particularly welcoming of non-elven kind when we came through. A lot of talk of passes and identification. Seems to be a great way to create an underclass in a country if you're looking to do that.
I would say so.
Are they just
And
trying to?
I just
Oh,
speak
sorry.
up. Oh, so I just speak up and say, like, I'd say so. Just, I was the one who was getting affected by it all, being the non-elf.
Oh, yes, I suppose. And, well, Durian, if you don't mind me saying there, the elves are not traditionally all too kind with those of mixed heritage. Well, I hope your stay there wasn't too rough. It sounds like there are going to be a good number of people heading that way, either from the north or south.
No, it was a good stay there. It was fine.
Are they just
Like I
assisting
said, my
with
manners are not
space?
about me today.
I'm sorry, Mr. She looks
Caven.
at you, Caven.
Caven.
Mr. Caven.
Mr. Caven. Just Caven, no Mr. Are they is Cien just helping out with space for the refugees, or?
Like I said, I haven't gotten a lot of the details myself. They wanted to, well, keep the main of the announcement for the presentation. She shrugs and says, "I'll find out just before dusk, like anyone else.
Mm.
You should be there. It'll be good to see the Archimandrite out addressing his people, and a good political bargain, if any, is struck. It's always something interesting. Ooh, here, my dear. This one," and she blows over the top of the file. This one should be about ready. Give that just a moment to cool off. And she stoppers a couple of files and says, "Here, Sir Durian, for you and your group. It's the least I can do after you went to all this trouble." And she hands you 2 extra doses.
I'm just like, what are this? Is this my? Okay.
Yes. This will, well, if this doesn't help you, nothing I know of will. It's one of the strongest potions I can brew. It heals severe ailments, removes powerful curses, and, under right conditions can help heal near mortal wounds.
So should I take this in your presence, or should I take this
No,
should I
no,
go to
I
the restroom? Should I?
Respectfully, ma'am, I kind of want to see if it works.
Okay. So I pop off the stopper, and I'm
Yeah.
I smell it. What's it smell like?
Yeah, it smells like very spicy cucumbers. Again, if you put it close to your nose, your
Kimchi.
eyes start watering.
Kimchi.
Yeah,
Kimchi is the cure to my ailment. Turns me into.
there you go. Yeah, and she
Alright.
didn't even stopper it. She just handed it to you. It's
Oh,
ready to go.
Well, I pretend
Well
to
formed.
pop off the stopper because it's cool.
Nice.
Wait, is Melissa here?
No,
She left,
she
right?
was dismissed.
Yeah. Okay, that's right. She was. Okay, so I would just be I give it a nice little smell. I take a little taste test of it. Just be like,
It's like drinking habanero sauce. It is
That's
extremely
awful.
spicy.
okay.
Oh, take it in one. Go.
Just
It's like, bottoms up,
hold
Fawn.
on.
Yeah, you down it, and it is like drinking hot sauce. It just burns the entire way down. Spicy burns, not like hot. And yeah, as it starts to cool in your mouth, you get like a little dizzy and lightheaded. And you feel very itchy all of a sudden, kind of all over your body. And suddenly you get this weird feeling like your clothing doesn't fit right. Your belt is too tight around your hips, and your the shoulders of your armor are fitting loosely and sloughing a bit. And yeah, you guys see like the very subtle changes of Buck turning into Fawn.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, and you wait for a second because you've had this feeling before, but last time it didn't take. But after about 5 seconds, yeah, you don't change back. You are back to Fawn.
Oh, I thought you were saying that this time I don't change back. I was like, what is this bullshit? So you start hearing Trey Songz Bottoms Up playing in the background, like as I start drinking it. So, you know, I was Mr. Steal Your Girl, but now I'm Mrs. Steal Your Man. I don't even know. I'm back to normal. I feel good.
So the real thing is though, right? A female elf and a male elf still look really similar, right? How do we know?
You can tell. I mean, I'm not gonna have a manly face, and I'm not gonna sound like.
I
can tell.
I'm gonna sound like Fawn.
I give
It's like
I give the elf
Well, no one cares about your
confirmation.
opinion, Nina. If you can't tell the difference between me as a male and a female,
I just poke Fawn
I slap
just
you
to see if it
on
works.
the hand. So I'm like, no, stop it, don't touch me. But I'm like, oh, this is nice. This is nice. Like moving my armor around, being like, this feels better. And I kind of like, I look around. Is there a mirror or anything?
Yeah, she would definitely have one in her office
I
somewhere.
go stare at myself for a while, like
Yeah,
5 minutes.
you-
I don't say anything. I just stare for 5 minutes and hope that they talk to her.
Yeah, you guys see it work. You see the telltale signs of the female form under her clothing and armor.
Yes.
Fair enough.
Guys, talk to her for 5 minutes in game time.
Yeah, and
You're
I
like,
think
wow, cool.
I think the Stavrofor looks over at you, Durin, and says, "Haven't lost my charm yet. You'll want to keep those in a relatively cool place. They can go bad if they're kept too warm."
Fair enough.
Just
How many did
them
we
in
get?
my portable icebox.
He got 2.
2. Okay.
Yes.
And these are essentially they will turn.
Is there a name? Is there a name you want to give us?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
are potions of greater restoration.
Cool.
Usually you
damn.
can't get a potion of a spell that powerful.
All right.
We risked
so,
our lives. You know.
Yeah, this was a big
Like-
thing.
Some serious
Got it.
shit. So yeah, after 5 minutes, I'm just like, so
Hi, Fawn.
thank you. I'd probably start crying because it's been a really long time.
Yeah, like, cause you just got turned from a man to a woman. Your hormones are gonna be fucked up for a few days.
Yeah. It's
Like you're
I went
getting
through,
like
a transition in seconds. So
Yes.
it's just like, oh god, what's happened to me? So
Yeah,
I'm probably
so-
like bawling and thanking her for her help because it's been like out of game it's been like a year and in game it's
Yep.
been like months.
yeah,
So it's like that's a long time to not be yourself.
yes.
But like
Even if you're a long-lived
be
elf,
yourself,
it's a long
but not
time.
yourself. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. So you
like
guys
having
see,
to misrepresent myself and all this bullshit. And it's just-
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
do it.
guys see some uncharacteristic emotion from Fawn.
Yeah, Fawn.
She definitely wasn't the weepy type, right?
No,
Allison?
not at all.
No.
Not like when what was her name? Her friend that that I made up on the spot a long time ago, Gwendolyn,
Mm-hmm.
who was an elf ranger with her and stuff. She would have gotten like sad over Gwendolyn. I think
Mhm.
I don't think Gwendolyn died. I forget what story I made for her because it was like months ago.
Yeah.
But yeah,
something
she would have
bad
gotten
happened to
like
her.
sad over like Gwendolyn being hurt or whatever, worried about her friend.
Yeah.
But otherwise, no. No crying. No.
She's probably crying more today than she has in years. Nice. Yeah, so you guys see like fun, maybe having a moment. What do the rest of you do? The Stavrofor looks like completely comfortable. She kind of pats Fawn on the back and says, "There, dear. It'll take a while to readjust. I hope you feel that you're back to yourself. Oh, and that spicy aftertaste will last at least a few hours." I'm sure that's not helping.
No, that's not helping. I like continue to cry more when she says that because it's like, oh god, why it tastes so awful. But yeah, I would just be like profusely thanking her and thinking about what I could do in return. But then I realized that I'm not really crafty or anything, so I'd probably like think about buying her a gift or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you guys have already brought her like some really stupid rare stuff.
Yeah, but like, that's not enough.
She goes to Target and finds the card section for "Thank you for turning me back into a woman" card.
Yeah, and it's got like a little song that plays. It's one of the nice cards.
One of the ones you open up, it's like $14 instead of $5. Yeah, and I would get her like a pumpkin spice candle where it's like got the different layers of scents.
Nice.
Pumpkin pie, pumpkin.
So
spice.
Yep. I think she's like, goes back to you, Durian, and says, "Well, Sir Durian, is there anything else I can help you with? Let your friend take a few minutes to get composed. I'm sure this is traumatic."
Do you have any sense of what's happening out in the wastes, the spell-scarred plains?
She shakes her head and says, "We've sent some riders, a survey crew. We don't usually send people out to the plains. They're dangerous, but I personally know several of the men we sent.
Hopefully they're capable.
Safe. They're capable, very much."
I'm more interested in what the official response is. Obviously, and despite popular opinion, it is not in our interest money-wise, but we are the most knowledgeable about that area and have encountered dragons in the past. So we are professionally curious as to whether we're going to be requested to undertake any official action.
Well, if I know the high priests, they'll want, respectfully, they'll want their people on it, and we also have some knowledge of dragons within the church. They have been enemies to our nation for quite some time, but. And she just kind of lets the sentence hang.
I cry more.
Yeah, you're
she's hanging on her words.
You're like sniffing because it's like drinking hot sauce. She hands you a handkerchief. She's like, "Keep that, dear."
Gross, like.
Yeah. She's like, "Keep that, dear. It's all yours. Please, I have plenty."
She's gonna get thrown out after this.
I wish I had more information for you, Sir Durian, but no, we sent out riders. The ruling council is debating, and well, the Archimandrite has been informed, and well, that's saying something. Usually, the details are left out of his hair while he learns his role and his duties, but. He's been informed, and he wanted to make the address this afternoon, it seems.
Respectfully, I think that's valuable for a leader to be seen and show leadership in a trying time. But what beyond that, what good could a 9-year-old still learning the ropes possibly have? I'm talking about not politics here, but you're going to need fighters and tacticians.
Are you volunteering, Sir Durian?
I've already... What has this conversation been except to say that should we expect a request?
I honestly don't know. She kind of shrugs and says, I'm not privy to to everything that happens in the temple. I'm sure we'll all be illuminated later, but in the
Everything is
meantime,
illuminated.
well, we'll see. In the meantime, please enjoy our city. I hope you do stay around for a while. We may have more need of your knowledge soon.
We'll be available.
He's got a
We
lot of
won't
knowledge.
leave town. Perhaps
So
it's
much
time,
knowledge.
Fawn, that we get you a cup of tea and maybe like a good meal, huh?
That's a good idea. I've sent for a young lad to lead you out. I wasn't sure if you wanted, the same person to see you. And you can, like, she always forgets this girl's name.
You mean
s-
Melissa?
Yes, that's the one.
Stavrofor, one other question.
Hmm.
Perhaps you know of someone who accompanied the procession from Cien, Llewellyn, an old friend of ours.
Yeah, she kind of thinks and says, there were some guild masters from Cien. I assume I met
one
the
of them.
counselors and the lords and ladies. I'm afraid I didn't meet your friend, but they're all in the city and working on facilitating trade and helping to set up commerce lines with the new arrangement.
So he's not in the temple. We just would like to speak with him and catch up.
She shrugs and says he may be. I honestly don't know. I'm sorry. Perhaps ask the young boy. The messengers know where most people are situated. They've been running messages back and forth. Ask him when he leads you out. He may well know.
Thank you.
Well then,
You've done more than enough for us. Far more than we provided for you, to be honest.
Please, you have provided a great amount. The the materials you provided us are, they're invaluable.
I hope so.
This will go to much good. And you can see she's like ladled out probably another 16 or 18 files of this stuff that she's stoppered up.
Yeah.
Those will be helpful to other people in bad situations.
Yes, they will, my dear.
It's
Please.
beautiful.
And she like walks over to the door, like gently guiding you to it, Fawn.
Yeah.
I like
I-
cry and thank her again as I leave.
Drink
Thank you
some
so
milk.
much.
It'll help it go away faster.
But I'm lactose intolerant.
Oh,
Have some
I'm
almond milk.
sorry, my dear.
I like,
And she just like pets you.
Stavrofor, can I ask a serious question? I just like whisper this to her.
Of course, Miss Nala?
Nina.
Nina, yes.
Would it be better if she wasn't conscious for the next couple of hours if she's gonna be like this?
Get the fuck out of here. I know I can't hear you, but
She raises an eyebrow and says, "You know, going unconscious is very bad for you."
Point taken. Never mind. And then Nina
Yeah,
just
she
says
got
like
the
this for a
implication,
second.
like, should I just bonk her on the head? she like opens the door and says, "Thank you again, all of you. It's been very helpful, and
You know
well,
where to
I
find
hope
us.
yes, I may be speaking to you again soon." She like
We'll,
ushers you out.
Yeah, I said, good luck at dusk. Hopefully there are words of comfort.
You too. Try and get a good spot. The Archimandrite is young. I'm not sure he can project his voice very far.
Surely there's someone amongst you who has a little spell for that.
She grins and says, "I'm sure we'll find something to help him."
Yeah, and we go.
Cool. Yeah, you guys head out with Fawn in tow.
yay, I'm back to me.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not the same phone. It's not the same phone.
Yeah, so awesome. So you guys like a messenger boy like starts leading you down the hallway. Do you ask him about Llewellyn?
Yeah. I say, hey, you. Sorry, I don't know your name.
Lee, sir.
Lee. We're interested in finding out where Llewellyn is staying in the city. I believe he was a member of the official delegation that came up from CN.
Llewellyn? What does he look like?
I say he's would be amongst the guild masters who came. I give a rough description.
Oh,
Elven.
the blonde half elf. Yes, the energetic one, right?
Yes, the very
quite so.
eccentric one.
Ah. I think he was with the Mages Guild. They were having a meeting. I think it was somewhere in the and he like stops to the point where like just suddenly like one of you almost runs into him and he's like, actually I think they were in the research laboratory. Do you want me to
Take
like,
us there, would you?
Oh, of course. And he like winds his way around you and takes a sharp turn down a different hallway. And yeah, he guides you guys around a couple of corners, and points to an open door, and you see several men and women in various color robes. They definitely don't look like priests. You know, some of them are wearing spectacles. Maybe there's an old guy with a long white beard. A lot of them have books, and they're comparing notes, and there are a couple of like beakers and tubes set up on several tables, and yeah, amongst them you see Llewellyn speaking with several other people. He seems pretty absorbed in his work.
There he
So,
is.
sir, was that your friend?
Yes. Wait a moment. I step forward
Oh,
and
of
just clear my throat.
And Llewellyn looks up and says, Durian! Good to see you again! Come here!
Yeah,
and you brought the
I
whole
stroll
crew.
up and give him a hug.
Yeah, he like throws his arm out and arms out and just wraps you up. He's like the same size you are. Neither of you is very like large, but he hugs you around the shoulders and kind of puts you back. I wasn't sure if I'd have time to see you. It's so busy with all this stuff. Oh, Faunolin, my dear, you're looking absolutely radiant as you're like dribbling snot down your
When he
nose.
says that, I'm like, I start bawling even harder. I'm like, thank you so much. Like,
Yes. I wish I would have been able to help you out with that. It's just, it's not my forte, and it looks like you found someone who could brew it up. Spicy, right?
yeah.
Shaben, good to see you again, my boy. He like bypasses you, Durian. Good to see you, and he like holds out his hand, starts shaking yours if you
Shake.
offer it.
Shake his hand.
Good to see you. Hell of a bow you've got there. I didn't see that last time. You'll have to tell me the story there. Nina, how are you doing? It looks like that paint came off.
Yeah, I just smile like you're as eccentric as ever, Mr. Llewellyn. It's good to see you again.
Nina, I don't know what you mean. Should I take that as an insult? Ooh, what
No,
did
you should
you do to
take
your
that as-
neck?
No, you should take that as a compliment. Trust me.
Well, I wouldn't want to be normal, now would I? I wouldn't be any good at my job.
How
Llewellyn,
have you
we're-
been doing?
Sorry to interrupt if you had a meeting going on, but just wanted to.
Oh, no,
say
we're
hello.
going over some theories now. Kind of the important work's done.
I understand. Perhaps when you have some free time, we can meet you and catch up. Swap
Oh,
stories.
yes, I will totally let you buy me a glass of wine, Durian.
I'd be happy to, Llewellyn.
I'm sure that will turn into a bottle.
Excellent. Does sometime tonight after the big hoopla work?
Perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful. Well, I did bring a few goodies here, so if any of you are looking to make a purchase, I am here for business as well as other business.
Why not?
Business is pleasure for you, Llewellyn. You don't need to hide
Do you
it.
still have that lance?
Fawn, you're looking quite a bit better.
Yeah, I like kind
You
Get rid of the
yeah,
sniffles,
pull
I'm
it
like-
together for a second.
of. Got any more of them lances? Sky lances?
He's like, well, I'll have to check my bag later, but I might have something that would be of interest to you. And he gives you like a big conspicuous wink.
I do it back. I'm like, yes.
Good, my dear. Drink some milk; it'll help. But yes, I will. I will see you all tonight. Where were you staying? Where should I come? Where should I come meet you?
We're at the
Rabbit-
it's a chain,
the
the
Rabbit
Rabbit
Dog.
Dog. In
Oh yes, they have a really good great spa treatment. Really nice. Good exfoliation for the skin.
yes. If we don't
Yeah.
catch you at the address, perhaps we'll catch you at our inn. So if that
Excellent,
works for you.
excellent. Good to see you all again. Well, I must get back to work.
Excuse us. Thank you, Llewellyn. Take care.
Of course. Caben, Nina, and he like points at you, Fawn, and just goes back to his work. Yeah. So yeah.
Awesome.
Cool. Did you guys want to do anything else while you're in the tower? This boy seems to think you have like he can lead you where you want. Obviously, if you're like, I want to see the Archimandrite, he's gonna be like, ah.
I was gonna say, is the Archimandrite taking any visitors?
Oh
Lee.
no, sir. He's been I don't know what he's been doing, but no, he's on the upper floors. No one without a permit gets up there. Do you have some kind of and he like pulls out an example scroll.
No,
You guys
no,
don't
no.
have anything like
I pull out my
Melissa took the
multi-pass.
thing. Multi-pass?
Lulu Dallas multipass. I say, Lee, I was not being serious, but I did
Of course, sir.
reacquaint myself with the Lady Tegan last night. Do you know if she's seeing anybody right now? If she's taking any
Why,
visitors?
I think she's got a husband, sir.
No. Like, is she taking visitors at the moment? Is she available?
And
not available like that. Just
Yes. I don't think she's in the tower right now. She was leaving with one of her friends this morning. A human woman, black hair, dark lipstick, and he like hangs on it for a sec. But you recognize the description of Lady Nephish.
Yep. I say, okay. Well, perhaps we'll see her in the wild then. We'll be on our way.
Oh,
Lee,
a
take
lady
us
like
out.
that probably wouldn't be out in the woods. And you're like, of course, yes, right away. He starts like leading you down
You're
the
quick on
stairs.
your feet, Lee. You'll go far.
I was
the
always a
way.
good sprinter.
Is there a good spot you could recommend for us to see the announcement? I work
Oh.
at Durian.
I don't know, miss. I have to lead you back outside of the tower, but if you maybe save a spot, I'm sure there'll be spots up front yet.
Very well.
Do we want to be up front?
Yeah.
I mean, probably.
Do we?
Okay.
That way we can hear it better.
I had to think about it because I was like, do we want that? Sure, fuck it, why not?
All right. Let's get our front.
Okay, Bagel,
let's get
go
our
ahead.
front row seats.
Awesome. Yeah, so he like leads you, down the huge spiral staircase and out the massive doors and past the guards and past the other guards. They're starting to put together the stage now and bringing out like chairs and starting to hoist up some banners of like the flag of Ariadnish and the flag of Cien and yeah, it seems like preparations are well underway. And the boy leads you back out through the guardhouse route and outside, and you can see that already a crowd has gathered in front of the gates. It's not much past 10 o'clock in the morning after all of this, and there's already a crowd kind of like jostling for position, and you can see the guards have set up like a crude barricade and are, no one's like pushing against anything, so the guards are all pretty relaxed, but they're obviously not letting people beyond a certain point. And yeah, you're ushered out into the crowds. What do you want to do?
Yeah, so before we leave Lee,
Mhm.
I say, Lee, it's getting a bit crowded outside already.
Oh yes, there are a lot of people here.
It was sorry, distracted. I said, it's important that we catch the words. Is there somewhere we can go for a VIPs section, maybe? That's very
Say,
important.
a
personally.
lord.
He kind of like looks back at the gates and the guards. Like you had just gotten out into the crowd. It's like, well, unless you have a missive to get closer, and he kind of like shrugs.
Can you? How do we get that? I forgot to ask the Stavrofor upstairs. Perhaps you can arrange something on our behalf. You seem pretty resourceful.
Yeah, and he's like a 13-year-old boy.
I was like, no,
He's like,
you.
Maybe maybe I
You go
could.
run upstairs and say that maybe check in with the Stavrofor Miriam again and say Durian and his merry band forgot to ask for a chance to see the Archimandrite up close, and perhaps if she'd be willing to send over a ticket or something. The golden ticket.
Awesome. Yeah, roll a persuasion check.
I don't think there's persuasion.
A diplomacy check.
Let me see.
That's more like it.
5e is better.
Yeah, a lot less skills.
Yeah, well, less complication.
22.
Yeah. Yeah, he nods and he says, "Yeah, I'll speak to her, Sir Durian. Hopefully, she'll
Here.
send something along, either with me
Here,
or someone
hold
else."
on one moment, Lee, and I actually take out of my spell pouch in my backpack a little
Yeah.
strip of paper, and I write a quick note.
Sure.
I seal it because I have wax. I seal it with my ring. So I
Yeah.
said, here's something a little bit more official than you just saying something. I know that she's a busy official, so.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you have like a signet ring made?
No,
Or are you just using the tooth ring?
I've used it before in the past, the tooth ring.
Okay. Nice. Yeah, because you don't have like a sigil or anything yet
Nope.
of your house. Okay.
That's
Cool,
fun
yeah,
to,
you-
see the land before I make a.
Yeah, you just get out a torch, just melt some wax on it quick, and just poke it in. It's you don't have a nice like signet thing to do it, but it functions well.
And I'd written a note and signed, and I basically
Yep.
said, in more
front
polite.
row tickets for X, please.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly. Just in slightly more polite terms, like.
Yeah.
Forgot
Gotcha.
to ask. Would love to see the Archimandrite
Yep.
speech. Feel like it's important for all of us.
Cool.
Can you
Yeah,
arrange
so-
anything? Send your boy Lee here, basically.
Cool. Yeah. He says, "Oh yes, sir. I'll get this to her right away." And you can see he's a little relieved, like, "Oh, you're just sending a note. I don't have to try and do anything."
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So he runs off with that. The guards let him right back in, and yeah, you guys are out in the city. What do you want to do?
Paint the town
On, you want to
red.
go?
Walk on sunshine.
You want to go see Firefoot?
Oh shit.
Fawn like breakdown.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Fawn starts
Fawn's like,
freaking out.
I do. I don't know though.
Oh shit. Yeah.
That
Oh,
would definitely
she
be
remember
interesting.
me.
It's gonna be weird. Yes. I'm gonna obviously wear my I
Got
talk
that
to
ring.
animals because
Awesome.
I am Eliza Thornberry ring.
Nice.
And I'm gonna go find Firefoot in stables somewhere and
Okay.
bring apples. I'm gonna bring a lot of apples.
There
Like-
you go.
Like 6 apples because
Yeah. Do the rest of you guys just head back to the inn, or?
Well, are we waiting for Ultron to at least get a spot? That's the worst case
It
scenario.
would take him like at least 20 minutes to get like back all the way up the tower through the crowd and everything. So like, do you want to wait around for a response, or just because she knows the Stavrofor knows where you're staying?
Yeah.
Do you want to? Yeah, you can wait there or go back. It's up to you.
No, I think we're going back to the. My assumption is the note I mentioned. Have your boy here deliver it to our inn. Was
Sure.
what I said. So
Awesome.
Okay. I guess we'll go back to the inn then.
Cool. Yeah, you guys go back to the inn, and Fawn, you have a tearful reunion with Firefoot,
Firefoot.
the horse you've trained for. She's what? Like, she's older, right? 20?
Yeah, she's probably a bit on the older side.
15, 20?
She has an age. We decided on it. She's only
Yeah.
4,
4?
according to what you put. You were the one who figured all that shit out.
Oh, is it on the
Sentai
Bless you.
character sheet.
Oh, yeah, I like put whatever.
Oh, okay. Well then,
So-
yeah, she's old. I don't know how
Yeah.
old do horses get. You know all this stuff.
My sister's horse is like 22, and she rides it every time she's home.
Okay,
so.
we're gonna go with 20.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so you head back and you have a tearful reunion with the horse you've trained for 2 decades. And yeah, are you like, what are you saying to her? 'Cause
She probably doesn't even understand that much was different. So I would probably be like,
Fawn, where were you? Oh, apples! I love apples. Where were you? It's been a
Yeah,
long time.
yeah,
It's
it's
been
a
like
lot of-
5 days. Where have you been?
I cry because she's so dumb.
She's so dumb.
She's so dumb that I'm like, oh, you're just as stupid as you were last week. Oh god.
Yep.
Yeah, so I'm crying about that while feeding her apples because she's
Okay.
just like ridiculous, and I'm like, whatever. This horse, this fucking horse. She's not as smart as Pegasi, but she'll do
Yeah,
it.
and there's like a clearing of the throat, and Swiftwind's in the next stall. He's like, "It is good to see you back, Miss Fonlin. Ah, one of those apples for me."
Sure.
You
And
like
I-
toss him one.
Yeah, I would tell someone. No, I would feed him out of my hand because
It's good to see you're finally back to what you, were said to formerly look like. I never saw you in that state.
this is me. This is the real me. This is who
Ah.
I really am inside.
Well, I must say, with you bipeds, I don't quite see much of a difference, but I'm glad you're feeling better than ever. Are we going to be departing this dreaded confinement soon? I'd like to stretch my wings.
Anyways, it was nice talking to you, Swiftwind. Firefoot.
Oh, yes, of course.
I pet Firefoot a couple more times, and then I go back to the inn.
Cool. And I think that's a good spot for a second break.
Thank God.
Nice. All right, guys. Break number 2.
Da-da-da-da.
We'll be back in about 5 minutes and see what happens next. Thanks for watching.